Tonight, we invite you to journey into the serene world of Aristaeus, the gentle god of the earth's bounty. As you settle in, prepare to drift into a realm where tradition nurtures the soul and harmony blossoms like a gentle breeze. Discover the comforting arts of beekeeping and agriculture, guided by the calming presence of Aristaeus, symbolizing renewal and peace. Should you find solace in these timeless tales, consider subscribing, allowing ancient stories to enrich your evenings. Now, let your imagination guide you as the gentle journeys of Aristaeus begin to unfold. In the eternal embrace of ancient Greece, a divine union unfolded amidst tranquil hills and fertile plains. Apollo, the radiant god of music, arts, and prophecy, was drawn to Serene, a mortal huntress renowned for her prowess and grace. From their harmonious union, heralded by the whispers of Olympus and the lush valleys below, a child of great promise emerged, a child who would be known to the world as Aristaeus. As the dawn sky unfurled in soft silver and blue, Serene cradled her newborn by the riverbank, where mist danced in the early spring air. Her hands, gentle and nurturing, enveloped the child with love and wonder. Through her gaze, she perceived the promise of greatness and purity, qualities embodied in this young deity. The river, flowing quietly, mirrored the tranquil rhythm of new beginnings, while Apollo's divine presence lingered, distant yet admiring. Though his visits were rare, each bestowed the boy with silent blessings, creating an unspoken bond between father and son. Serene nurtured Aristaeus with tales of the earth, her voice rhythmic like the river's lullaby. She taught him reverence for the creatures sharing their world, the bees collecting nectar, the olive trees standing vigilant. Aristaeus absorbed these stories, enchanted by the harmony within nature. Under Serene's tutelage, he explored meadows and groves, his heart keenly attuned to the earth's rhythms with an innate wisdom that belied his tender age. Apollo's distant admiration, though silent, profoundly influenced Aristaeus' self-perception. It fostered within him the understanding of his divine heritage, shaping him into a vessel of calm wisdom destined to protect humankind. Yet, Apollo's involvement extended beyond admiration. His occasional visits were laden with encouragement, weaving whispers of celestial guidance into Aristaeus' formative years. One day, by the riverbank, Proteus, the mystical seer, cast his prophetic gaze upon the infant. Known for his shape-shifting mysteries and truths that evaded easy grasp, Proteus revealed Aristaeus' destiny. A child bearing divine and mortal lineage would emerge as a protector of humankind, guiding them towards the abundance nestled within nature's embrace. This revelation, delivered in a rare moment of clarity from Proteus, affirmed Aristaeus' calling. Even in infancy, the seeds of this destiny began to sprout within Aristaeus. His eyes, clear and curious, were captivated by the world's wonders, resonating a language only he understood. Every flower, each rustling breeze, seemed to communicate secrets of the earth. His early connection to nature, witnessed through observing the harmonious dance of bees and the steadfast olive trees, hinted at a profound affinity. These creatures, small yet significant, kindled a gentle empathy within him, laying the groundwork for his compassionate leadership. As the seasons cycled from spring to summer, Aristaeus continued to grow under the nurturing guidance of Serene and the celestial blessings of Apollo. He started to understand the harmony nature could bring to humankind. His approach was one of respect and coexistence rather than dominance, seeking to embrace the world with gentle wisdom. This openness formed the foundation for his future teachings. The gentle heralding of Aristaeus' journey commenced, embraced by rustling leaves and flowing waters. His path, marked by kindness and wisdom, awaited him in the melodies of olive groves and the hum of bees' wings. As he matured, his understanding deepened, signaling the inception of his eternal mission, to nurture and teach, spreading harmony and prosperity among humankind. Thus, the story of Aristaeus began, intertwining the threads of divine intent and earthly wonders, guiding him towards his destined role with benevolent grace. This calm transition from his early years hinted at the continuity of his journey, inviting Aristaeus onward to explore the gentle callings of nature and the teachings it held within the whispering winds. Aristaeus, a young embodiment of wisdom intertwined with his divine lineage, found solace within the lush embrace of the olive groves surrounding his home. The grove, painted in verdant hues beneath an overcast summer sky, offered a serene sanctuary, a realm where he could fully absorb the tranquility of nature's unwavering rhythms. Each step he took upon the soft, welcoming earth seemed guided by an innate understanding of nature's cycles, a silent inheritance from the enigmatic Proteus. There, amongst the venerable trees, he pondered the seamless transition between life's seasons, experiencing a profound unity with the earth's ebb and flow. As his wanderings grew more intimate with the fertile land, Aristaeus was drawn to the bees, whose delicate hum intertwined with the gentle rustle of olive leaves. Their unerring devotion to each bloom, in a dance as ancient as the groves themselves, captivated him. Watching them tirelessly work, he admired their communitarian spirit, a lesson etched in their every movement. From hive to flower, from nectar to honey, they embodied a collective wisdom that spoke of nature's harmonic balance, instilling in him a nascent understanding of cooperation's power and the shared success that might arise from working in tandem with nature's design. Observing the villagers, Aristaeus noted their relentless toil and dedication to the land, battling its whims to coax life from the soil. This struggle kindled within him a profound empathy and a desire to assist. He understood their plight, the delicate balance of hope and hardship they navigated daily. Despite setbacks, the villagers' perseverance kindled a spark in Aristaeus, a resolve to aid them by harnessing his growing knowledge and insights. Bolstered by the nurturing compassion of his mother, Serene, and the quiet inspiration of his father, Apollo, he envisioned leveraging his learnings to uplift their efforts. Resolved to share his newfound insights, Aristaeus approached the villagers with gentle determination. Initially cautious, they listened as he shared simple, practical recommendations drawn from his observations, methods of aligning crop care with seasonal cycles, allowing the natural ebb and flow of the earth to guide their cultivation. Gradually, their skepticism softened into curiosity, and his quiet confidence won their trust. With every successful harvest and nurturing exchange, he sowed seeds of hope, crafting a path for them toward renewed prosperity. To deepen his understanding, Aristaeus sought the village elders, respected keepers of ancestral wisdom. Through tales weathered with time, they imparted knowledge on sustaining harmony with the land, a delicate balance guided by tradition and respect for nature's intricacies. From their stories, he gleaned valuable insights, refining his awareness and reinforcing his commitment to using this knowledge for communal upliftment. These interactions bolstered his resolve, as he recognized the importance of acknowledging the past to shape a future grounded in reciprocity and renewal. Through his profound connections with both the land and its people, Aristaeus's purpose crystallized. Each interaction strengthened his resolve, affirming his destiny to nurture prosperity through the earth's gifts. As he prepared to seek further enlightenment from Proteus, the mystical seer by the sea, he felt a resonant alignment with nature's eternal song, ready to embrace the next segment of his journey toward greater harmony and renewal. With anticipation for the wisdom Proteus might impart, Aristaeus felt poised on the brink of a deeper understanding, his heart attuned to the universal call of nature's gentle teachings. As dusk settled over the rocky seashore, a gentle mist clung to the air. The rhythmic sound of the ocean composed a serene backdrop as Aristaeus approached the solitary figure of Proteus, the wise seer standing at the water's edge. Clad in the muted tones of gray and dark silver, Proteus's presence exuded ancient wisdom, promising profound insights. With reverence in his stride, Aristaeus greeted the seer. In front of him stood a guardian of nature's secrets, his understanding as vast as the sea stretching out before them. Proteus nodded in welcome, acknowledging Aristaeus's readiness to absorb the lessons of the natural world. Together they stood, outlined against the rolling waves, embarking on an enlightening dialogue. Proteus began to weave the story of nature's intricate tapestry over the sound of the waves. He emphasized the delicate balance required for sustainable agriculture, stressing the necessity for humankind to work harmoniously with the earth's natural rhythms to achieve lasting prosperity. The seer's words painted a vivid picture of the cyclical nature of the seasons and the patience needed to harness their full potential. Aristaeus absorbed these lessons, recognizing the profound wisdom in syncing agriculture with nature's cycles, an insight vital to his mission of helping human communities. To further illustrate these lessons, Proteus showcased his renowned ability to transform, a subtle shift of form that highlighted nature's remarkable adaptability. With each transformation, he symbolized the need for humans to be resilient, to adjust and modify their ways in response to ever-changing environmental conditions. This display left Aristaeus in awe, as he grasped the parallel that, like Proteus, humanity too could learn to adapt their ways to ensure a fruitful harvest. The ability to transform, Proteus stressed, was not just about survival, but about thriving amidst change. Their discussion deepened with a focus on bees, already a subject of fascination for Aristaeus. Proteus elaborated on bee behavior, revealing that their industrious nature in creating honey extended beyond mere survival. It illustrated an intricate social order and unity, presenting a powerful metaphor for human societies, a harmonized collective effort leading to collective prosperity. Through their buzzing lives, Aristaeus saw the potential for humanity to thrive in unity. Proteus expanded on the importance of honey within the natural cycle, emphasizing its role beyond nourishment. It symbolized the ongoing exchanges in nature, offering sustenance and renewing life. The sweetness of honey, a gift from the earth, required wisdom and respect in its harvest to truly nourish and sustain communities. Aristaeus understood the critical importance of bees to pollination and biodiversity, recognizing that their role was a cornerstone for the prosperity of the Earth's bounty. The conversation gently flowed to the symbolism of bees in relation to life cycles and the seasons. Proteus shared sage wisdom on the transformative nature of seasonal changes, making Aristaeus appreciate how each season brought unique opportunities and trials. The flow of seasons mirrored the life cycles of bees and underscored the need for timing and adaptability in cultivation practices. Enriched with wisdom, Proteus encouraged Aristaeus to carry these insights back to humanity. The seer reminded him that this newfound understanding was not solely for personal enlightenment, but intended as a guide for fostering harmony between humans and nature. As Aristaeus took his leave, his heart brimmed with resolve, ready to take on the responsibility of guiding others with these lessons. Leaving the shore, the rhythmic sound of the sea resonated within him alongside Proteus's teachings. Empowered and inspired, Aristaeus was prepared to begin his mission, to bring sustainable prosperity to the communities he would soon encounter. With newfound clarity, he knew the path ahead was set, and this knowledge would be his compass. The evening tide began to recede, leaving a glistening path on the sands behind him, a symbolic guide for Aristaeus as he embarked on his journey. The challenges ahead might be numerous, yet he felt equipped to face them. This serene winter evening, with its lessons of wisdom softly etched in his mind, marked a beginning, a prelude to the many gentle journeys that lay ahead, illuminating his path with possibility. Aristaeus, carrying the rich wisdom from his encounter with Proteus, embarked on a purposeful journey to find the village that would be the first to embrace his teaching. The serenity of ancient Greece unfolded before him until he discovered a village gently cloaked in the splendor of spring, nestled among fields of budding olive trees. Having observed the villagers toil in the rhythmic dance of the spring rain, he perceived their struggles, stemming from an unenlightened approach to nature's gifts. With quiet determination, Aristaeus called the villagers to join him in the heart of their square. His presence, imbued with an aura of calm wisdom, magnetized an audience eager yet uncertain. Aristaeus commenced by unveiling the secrets of bees, inviting the villagers to marvel at their complex communication and innate cooperation. He articulated how these tireless creatures encapsulated a true spirit of community, working in unwavering unity to produce abundance, a testament to nature's bounty. In response to his words, a gentle shift began within the crowd. Skepticism slowly dissolved as curiosity ignited, hinting at the promise of transformation through the art of beekeeping. Aristaeus took time to address the villagers' questions, fostering an environment of learning and trust. One villager, an elder named Thais, spoke up about her fears of disturbing the bees' natural order. Aristaeus assured her and others present that understanding bee behavior was key to a harmonious relationship with them. This dialogue not only dispelled doubts but also deepened the villagers' engagement with the process. Transitioning into the practical realm, Aristaeus demonstrated the intricate art of hive construction. With deft movements and patient guidance, he illustrated the process of assembling hives, emphasizing the importance of selecting ideal locations and suitable materials. Each villager laid a hand in the task, their initial hesitations giving way to shared resolve. Among them, a young man named Dorian eagerly assisted, driven by his desire to bring prosperity to his family. The village square, transformed into a bustling workspace under the light patter of rain, became a tapestry of collaboration, a harmonious collective endeavor fueled by the promise of a sustainable future. A meticulous approach to honey harvesting was next on Aristaeus' agenda. He imparted the delicate techniques required to compose a symphony of cooperation between humankind and bees, minimizing any disturbance to the colonies. As he unfolded the gentle art of collection, his actions spoke of patience, a resonance not lost on the villagers, who watched with newfound zeal. The storm of doubt that initially shadowed them lifted, yielding to a mist of understanding and determination. In reflective solitude, Aristaeus unveiled the vital role of bees in pollination, a dance where these industrious beings carried life from bloom to bloom. Such revelations kindled within the villagers an appreciation for nature's interconnectedness, a shared realization of their place within this grand tapestry. Thais, recalling her initial fears, expressed awe at the bees' role in sustaining the cycle of life. The newfound comprehension of a reciprocal relationship with the land opened their hearts to hope and possibility. The village stood poised for their inaugural honey harvest. Guided meticulously by Aristaeus, the villagers embarked upon this venture, gathering nature's golden offering. The moment became a communal triumph, a celebration that reverberated across their land. Holding baskets brimming with honey, they marveled at the sweetness drawn from nature, realizing the profound transformation unlocked by Aristaeus' teachings. With gratitude and joy, the villagers celebrated their success. Their expressions of heartfelt thanks to Aristaeus mirrored the wonder at their newfound prosperity. As the bees celebrated within their lovingly constructed homes, harmony flourished in the village, a union forged between nature and humanity, nurtured through Aristaeus' gentle wisdom. Reflecting on the village's success, Aristaeus felt deeply fulfilled, inspired to extend his teachings beyond their borders. Visions danced in his mind of other villages thriving under his guidance, embarking on journeys of renewal akin to this one. Through these visions, Aristaeus dreamt of a world where humanity and nature converged in shared unity and prosperity. With the rain easing, Aristaeus prepared for his departure, collecting the tools of his trade. The villagers, bound by an enriched understanding and appreciation for the natural world, fostered hope planted by Aristaeus' teachings. Their united spirits, fortified by his guidance, ensured the roots of this prosperity would delve deeply into their land. As Aristaeus set his sights on new horizons, he pondered the villages that awaited his wisdom. Each rhythm from his footsteps resonated with the promise to forge new paths of harmony and renewal across the lands. And so, Aristaeus ventured forth, under skies promising new beginnings. With the sweetness of honey still fresh in their hearts, the villagers gathered eagerly to hear what more Aristaeus had to share. He stood among them, projecting a serene presence, fully aware of their land's great potential and the possibilities it held beyond beekeeping. His eyes wandered over the fields, envisioning them as lush and bountiful as they could be. The harvest of honey had brought joy, yet Aristaeus recognized that much more was needed to ensure the earth's generous yield would continue to sustain the people. Addressing the assembled community, Aristaeus began to speak about the deeper needs of the soil and the essential practice of crop rotation. Each crop has its place, he explained, emphasizing how different plants could rejuvenate the land's nutrients. With patience, he demonstrated how alternating between grains and legumes could keep the earth healthy. He hoped the villagers would embrace this practice with curiosity and willingness. Slowly, their fields would learn a new rhythm, one harmonizing with the cycles of the sun and seasons. Demetrios, a farmer known for his dedication, listened intently. Later, he approached Aristaeus with specific questions, eager to understand how these cycles could revitalize his own plot of land. Aristaeus also turned their attention to the ancient olive trees, revered for their myriad gifts since times immemorial. He walked with the villagers through the groves, touching the silvery leaves with reverence. Olives, he explained, were symbols of peace and prosperity, vital to their diet and trade. The trees required care and understanding, much like any living being. He taught them how to prune the branches thoughtfully to ensure sunlight reached the inner leaves, and how to recognize the signs of a tree in distress. Helena, a young villager with a keen interest, did not let his teachings go unnoticed. She soon took to assisting elders in nurturing the groves with newfound awareness. Seeking to enhance their agricultural expertise, Aristaeus introduced the concept of effective irrigation. The villagers had long relied on rainfall with mixed results. Aristaeus shared methods to harness nearby streams and create channels, allowing water to flow where it was most needed. This practical knowledge promised not only greater yields but also instilled a sense of control over their environment, a partnership rather than a submissive dependence on nature. Helena, now more confident in her roles, led a small group of villagers in redirecting water during a dry spell, ensuring their crops remained lush and thriving, providing a testament to collective effort. As the seasons turned, understanding their rhythms became indispensable to the villagers. Aristaeus emphasized the importance of planting and harvesting in accordance with the signs of nature, not merely by the calendar. He championed the skills of recognizing patterns in weather and animal behavior, enabling the villagers to predict and prepare for what each season might bring. Elders like Demetra embraced this wisdom, gathering younger villagers around fires in the evenings to exchange insights about these natural signs. Through this, they prepared for the coming changes each turn of the season might bring. With each lesson from Aristaeus, the village elders engaged deeply. They met frequently with him, discussing which younger villagers showed promise in various tasks, and they collaborated closely in managing the community's resources. Their lands began to reflect this commitment, with crops visibly flourishing under their shared care. The sunlit fields, dotted with busy bees and ripening olives, spoke of a community synchronized with the world around them. Despite this harmony, not everything was seamless. An unexpected frost once threatened their early spring seedlings, presenting a minor but significant challenge. Under Aristaeus's guidance, the villagers worked swiftly to protect the young plants, learning how to adapt their methods in the face of adversity. This resilience further unified the community, helping them emerge from the experience stronger and more cohesive. The harmonious growth did not go unnoticed, and the villagers brimmed with gratitude for their transformations. To honor the bounty of the earth and the knowledge imparted by Aristaeus, a celebration was planned. It was a time of simple joy, with villagers feasting on fresh olives, honey, and bread, offering thanks for the abundance they had learned to cultivate. Underneath the dappled shade of olive trees, stories were shared, filling the air with laughter and music. As the day gently slipped into night, Aristaeus observed the vibrant gathering, his heart swelling with quiet satisfaction. He knew his work here had sown seeds far beyond the fields, seeds of knowledge and unity. This village, now thriving and self-sustaining, stood as a testament to the harmony achievable when humans worked hand in hand with nature. The time had come to look beyond the village and extend his teachings to other lands. As the gentle god Aristaeus wandered through the verdant realm of ancient Greece, he came upon a village shrouded in a quiet despair. Their fields, once vibrant with life, lay barren beneath the relentless sun, rendering their efforts fruitless. The villagers' faces bore the etched lines of worry, their longing stares directed towards the land that once provided so abundantly for them. Hope flickered in their eyes as Aristaeus approached, a deity with empathy as vast as his wisdom, ready to help lift them from their plight. Aristaeus began his inquiry into the village's hardships by pacing the dry, cracked soil, feeling the earth's lack of nutrients, and witnessing the stagnation of nature's vital cycles. The villagers watched, sharing whispers about Aristaeus's divine heritage, and whispered wonders of salvation that this messenger of Apollo might herald. Their existence, mired in uncertainty, clung to the possibility of renewal he symbolized. Realizing the villagers' struggles stemmed from an ecological imbalance, Aristaeus assembled them to share his insight into nature's cyclical harmony. He outlined the concept of crop rotation, explaining its benefits in rejuvenating the soil by alternating types of crops. To this, he added the knowledge of composting, an alchemical transformation of organic waste into fertile matter. With patient clarity, Aristaeus demonstrated how these approaches could restore life to their weary fields, weaving his teachings with an assurance that sparked hope among the skeptics. As Aristaeus demonstrated the process, collecting fallen leaves and remnants of meals and mixing them with the parched earth, the villagers observed closely. He showed them how this blend would mature into vital compost, reviving the very soil beneath their feet. His hands, working in harmony with the natural world, communicated a profound respect for growth and rebirth. Gradually, uncertainty turned into a shared commitment to these new methods, and the village buzzed with renewed dialogue and plans for rebuilding their community's future. Central to this restoration was his encouragement for collective effort, a unification of their diverse skills towards a shared goal. Aristaeus impressed upon them the importance of community spirit, urging collaboration in gathering tools, spreading seeds, and devising strategies. Slowly, their shared toil awoke the dormant land, reluctant shoots emerging victorious from the once arid ground. Each nascent plant was a beacon of the village's shared endeavor and uplift, knitting inhabitants into a cohesive unit of optimism and resolve. This physical metamorphosis was mirrored by a profound shift in community spirit. As the tender green leaves reached for the sky, optimism wove through the village like an invisible thread, binding them closer and sparking resilience. Aristaeus observed their flourishing relations with quiet satisfaction, recognizing that true prosperity extended beyond agriculture, nourishing the roots of human connection itself. Yet challenges persisted. Theron, a villager steeped in the traditions of old, found himself resistant to change. His skepticism was a long-standing barrier, a defensive wall against perceived threats to the known. Aristaeus engaged Theron with the parable of the bees, illustrating a colony reborn through the adaptation and cooperation it embraced. His tale paralleled the villager's journey, emphasizing unity and growth. This gentle bridge between lore and reality softened Theron's apprehension, leading him to embrace the transformation alongside his peers. As seasons shifted and time ebbed on, the village's landscape transformed spectacularly. Lush crops danced in the autumnal breezes, painting a scene once lost to memory. The villagers, emboldened by their triumph, celebrated the land's revival with joyous gatherings, honoring the lessons ingrained through perseverance and guided by Aristaeus' divine touch. Observing from aside, Aristaeus contemplated the essential nature of renewal and marveled at the strength required to foster patience and perseverance. With the groundwork set and prosperity visible, Aristaeus prepared to continue his journey. His gaze lingered on the thriving fields, his heart swelling with the knowledge that he had equipped them with the tools for sustaining this balance. Speaking with quiet assurance, he implored the villagers to uphold these practices and treasure the delicate equilibrium of nature. Their silent nods were pledges to respect the providence they'd been gifted, experiences woven into an indomitable tapestry of learning and growth. In the soft glow of an autumn day, Aristaeus set forth beyond the village. The triumphs witnessed here fortified his resolve, guiding him towards other communities, yet to embrace the seeds of renewal. His journey unfolded with unwritten promise, symbolizing an everlasting cycle that transcended mere sustenance, a sacred bond between people and the earth. Aristaeus ventured onward, embodying continuity and hope, as distant places, untouched by his wisdom, awaited his gentle guidance. In the gentle twilight, under an overcast sky that marked the transition of seasons, Aristaeus gathered the villagers around him. He stood among fields, speaking softly of change and life on the cusp of renewal. The plants in their quiet way whispered stories of the year as Aristaeus began his teachings on the cycle of seasons and their role in the earth's bounty. Each season, he explained, was a vital thread in the tapestry of life, intricately weaving rhythms that sustain the natural world. Aristaeus commenced with spring, the season of awakening. Under the damp air of new growth, he described how the earth, after its winter rest, burst forth with life. Seeds sprouted with vigor, animals emerged from their slumber, and the world bristled with potential. Spring, he told the villagers, was more than just a time to plant. It embodied hope and planning, a period when nature demonstrated resilience. The villagers, listening intently, envisioned their own fields transforming under the season's touch, abundant with new life and promise. He then moved to summer, the season of abundance. The sun, unyielding and bold, nurtured crops to their peak, saturating the earth with its warmth. Fields of wheat swayed under gentle, warm breezes, while bees performed their dance among thriving hives, collecting the nectar of life. Aristaeus emphasized summer's precious offering of growth, a time when human efforts bore fruit, and the bond with nature grew stronger through harmonious toil. The summer sun demands both respect and understanding, he reminded them, and in return, it blesses us with abundance. Autumn followed, bringing notions of harvest and gratitude. The once lush greenery shifted to hues of gold and crimson, signifying the season to gather what was sown, to celebrate labor's fruits, and to prepare for quieter days ahead. Aristaeus guided them to reflect on the earth's gifts and the necessity of preparing for future sowings, maintaining a balance essential for continued prosperity. Stirred by his words, a villager asked, "How do we better preserve what we harvest?" With patience, Aristaeus shared methods for storing grains and fruits, ensuring sustenance through the coming cold months. With winter, Aristaeus imparted lessons of stillness as the land closed its eyes in rest. Trees stood bare, fields lay fallow under a cold sky. Yet, he assured, beauty resided within this stillness. Winter, a time beside warm hearths and of planning cycles to come, reminded that rest was vital for renewal. Stories of an ancient tree thriving because of restful winters illustrated nature's patience and wisdom. The villagers absorbed these narratives, understanding that seasons wove themselves into every fiber of life. Aristaeus detailed the practicalities of planting schedules, aligning agricultural efforts with nature's clock. He explained which seeds slumbered best over winter, which sprung forth at the touch of spring, and which welcomed the harsh heat of summer. Villagers expressed gratitude, an elder stating, "This knowledge shall guide generations." Alongside this, Aristaeus shed light on weather patterns, highlighting nature's sometimes capricious moods. Observing the forming of storm clouds or shifts in winds could be predictive as seasons themselves. Harnessing these signs, he assured, preserved their labor and enhanced yields. Realization dawned on a young villager who exclaimed, "We can prepare better for storms now." Village celebrations, synchronized with nature's cycles, were infused with symbolism. Festivals tied deeply to the earth's heartbeat, reinforcing their bond to the rhythms of the universe. Aristaeus guided them in creating ceremonies that honored these rhythms, crafting symbols for each season to foster community spirit. He often reflected on the balance between nature and humankind. With each cycle, life portrayed endless circles of birth, growth, decline, and renewal. Land and people thrived within these circles, and Aristaeus encouraged them to internalize this balance in their lives as nature did hers. As preparations for winter began, the villagers displayed a newfound confidence. Organizing resources, securing seed stocks, and readying for the cold, they gathered for communal stew preparation, laughter and stories interwoven with unity. Aristaeus observed these connections, sensing the understanding and harmony flowing through the community, strengthening its core. As twilight deepened into evening, field shadows stretching long, Aristaeus knew these teachings sowed seeds of wisdom that transcended the approaching frost. The cycles of seasons mirrored the cycles of learning within the villagers. With a gentle smile, knowing his work with them was flourishing, Aristaeus looked to a future of introducing new agricultural methods, grounded in the knowledge of seasons, stirring anticipation for innovations ahead. As the discussions came to a close, Aristaeus stood among them, a living beacon of future possibilities. The villagers gathered, discussing with earnestness and hope the new teachings under the twilight's watchful sky, sharing insights and dreams fueled by their deepening understanding of nature's cycles. Aristaeus, witnessing the spark of curiosity and potential in their eyes, reflected on the journey behind and before him. This day, these teachings were but the seeds that would blossom into greater wisdom. With a gentle transition to dreams of a new dawn, Aristaeus had set his sights on tomorrow's promise, as the quiet understanding he nurtured in his village wove itself into the fabric of their lives. Laying the groundwork for the dynamic interplay between humankind and the natural world. As dawn's gentle light unfurled across the fields, a soft drizzle mirrored the calm determination that filled Aristaeus' heart. Looking out over the lush, rain-dappled landscape, he felt an unwavering purpose to introduce new techniques that could enhance the villagers' connection with the earth. These innovations were not merely improvements, they were a step towards a sustainable relationship with nature itself, a bond to be cultivated for generations. The journey began with transforming the village's uneven terrain into terraces. Aristaeus invited the villagers to explore the idea of employing the natural slopes creatively. The terrace steps he proposed would prevent soil erosion and create more arable land. Demonstrating with both words and detailed sketches, Aristaeus showed the benefits of terracings, enhanced water management, and increased productivity. Though initially met with some skepticism, the villagers soon joined the endeavor, their hesitations melting away as they saw the possibility of their land carved expertly into accommodating layers. Their collective effort turned a vision into a reality, one step at a time, literal and metaphorical. The idea of crop diversification was next. In a compelling demonstration of nature's own varied tendencies, Aristaeus encouraged the villagers not to depend solely on a single crop. By rotating grains, legumes, and vegetables, the soil would not only be fortified, but could also resist depletion. Aristaeus pointed out the advantages of such diversity in protecting against pests and unpredictable weather. This concept sparked curiosity and recognition among the villagers, who saw its echoes in nature's own cycles. A vibrant exchange began, with seeds and insights shuffled between eager hands, ready to cultivate a new kind of resilience in their agriculture. In addition to these foundational changes, Aristaeus introduced a new beehive design that drew from the wisdom of Proteus. Gathering the villagers, he demonstrated how to construct hives with better insulation and ventilation, vital components for sustaining bee colonies through various conditions. As they observed the industrious bees thriving in their enhanced abodes, the villagers understood that these small yet significant changes could lead to abundant honey harvests. The buzzing of bees became a melody of prosperity, and the villagers' appreciation for these essential pollinators grew, sweetened by the bounty they brought. Aware of the issues pests posed to crops, Aristaeus imparted strategies for natural pest control. Instead of harsh chemicals, he introduced practices that embraced ecological balance, using beneficial insects and planting repellent herbs. As predators found a place among prey, a harmonious symphony of coexistence flourished. The villagers, realizing the power of harmony over confrontation, implemented these methods with joy, witnessing their fields thrive as never before. This orchestration of natural interactions showcased the subtle transformative wisdom so well hidden in the folds of everyday life. Understanding the importance of local adaptation, Aristaeus encouraged the villagers to make these innovations their own. In open discussions, he welcomed their thoughts and adapted techniques based on their insights, fostering a sense of ownership within the community. This collaborative spirit sparked a newfound creativity, and their willingness to experiment fostered a dynamic synergy, weaving innovation into the very fabric of their rural lives. Under a gentle rain, the village came together to celebrate. The air tingled with laughter and song as they acknowledged each other's contributions. It wasn't merely their newly acquired skills they honored. It was the enduring partnership with the earth that enriched them. As raindrops mixed with the melodies of their celebration, Aristaeus stood content, knowing that the innovations they embraced were more than technological advances. They were a pathway to deeper understanding and unity with nature. Empowered by these accomplishments, Aristaeus foresaw spiritual growth beyond this tangible success. This burgeoning capacity for innovation suggested strengths that lay beyond mere survival, promising a journey into spiritual kinship with the natural world. As the village laid the groundwork for ongoing prosperity, Aristaeus prepared to lead them on a path infused with spiritual guidance, intertwining wisdom with wonder. With the promise of exploring spiritual harmony propelling their next steps, Aristaeus felt an enthusiastic anticipation for the journey ahead. Together, they would delve further into the mysteries of nature's teachings, embarking on an odyssey of awareness and enlightenment. Under the ancient olive tree, its gnarled trunk a testament to the passage of time, Aristaeus gathered the villagers. The atmosphere was serene, imbued with a sense of connection that laid the foundation for the evening's teachings. Soft mists swirled in the air, enveloping the setting in a tranquil embrace as dusk slowly descended upon the pastoral landscape. Aristaeus began by speaking of humanity's spiritual connection to the earth, describing it as a deeply emotional and symbiotic bond that extends beyond mere cultivation. Each tree, every blade of grass, and the bees that buzz in the grove contribute uniquely to this larger tapestry of life. This richly woven fabric is not only a source of tangible gifts, but also a medium for cultivating inner harmony within those open to its gentle whispers. The villagers listened attentively, their features reflecting a silent acknowledgement of the profound thoughts shared by Aristaeus. He then moved gently into the realm of meditative practices designed to foster communal harmony. These exercises aimed to help the villagers attune their senses to nature's gentle rhythms, the sway of olive branches in the breeze, the rustle of leaves underfoot, and the drone of bees floating from flower to flower. By aligning their thoughts with the earth's calm cycles, the villagers could achieve a shared serenity that resonated throughout their community's heart and soul. Amidst the gathering, a young mother named Calla approached Aristaeus, her curiosity piqued by these meditative practices. "How might we incorporate this into our daily lives, Aristaeus?" she asked softly, cradling her young child. Aristaeus smiled gently, advising, "Begin with simple moments. Pause when you feel the wind or hear the bees. Let them guide your thoughts to tranquility." Inspired, Calla resolved to introduce these practices to her family, hoping they would foster a deeper connection with nature. Aristaeus then turned his focus to the bees, using their industrious yet harmonious existence as a metaphor for a vibrant community. He spoke of how each bee, through its dedicated labor, contributes to the creation of honey, nature's sweetness. This collective effort illustrates the transformative potential when a community unites in purpose, a notion that deeply resonated with the villagers. Their expressions brightened as they realized the parallels to their roles within their own community framework. Just as honey is born from the tireless work of many, so too can our efforts yield sweetness, Aristaeus concluded. The conversation shifted to cultivating a spirit of gratitude for nature's abundance. Aristaeus explained that gratitude extends beyond mere acknowledgement, encouraging continual appreciation through daily actions, a readiness to respect the intrinsic balance of giving and receiving that underpins natural productivity. This attitude nurtures a deeper connection with the earth, one as enduring as the roots of the ancient olive tree. The villagers nodded, acknowledging this as a vital part of their spiritual growth. Reflecting on the inner peace found within nature's rhythms, Aristaeus encouraged quiet contemplation among the villagers. He shared how solitude amid nature, in the lullaby of the forest or the stillness of an olive grove, provides a sanctuary for the soul. Within such tranquility lies the possibility of finding inner balance that mirrors the earth's cycles, allowing a seamless integration of life's complexities. Through this meditation, suggested Aristaeus, the villagers could nurture their spirits alongside their minds. As the gathering progressed, Aristaeus began preparing for upcoming spiritual seasonal celebrations, a time to honor the earth's cyclical bounty through art, storytelling, and music. Drawing upon a tradition unique to their community, he proposed a celebration where each villager would contribute a poem or song reflecting their appreciation for nature. These events would not be solemn rituals, but rather joyous celebrations of life's renewal, highlighting the villagers' gratitude for the harvest and the natural forces that fostered it. To deepen the villagers' appreciation for nature's rhythms, Aristaeus recounted an allegorical story, a tale of a lone bee embarking on a journey to restore balance in its hive, emphasizing the interdependence of all living things. This story resonated through the crowd, illustrated by soft murmurs of understanding and awe. Aristaeus' storytelling wove a vivid tapestry, each thread reinforcing the sacred bond between humankind and the earth, a partnership flourishing in the presence of reverence. The evening culminated in the villagers expressing their renewed appreciation for nature through music and gentle storytelling. A spontaneous musical session began. Villagers sang songs that echoed across the landscape, each note underscoring their harmonious coexistence with the earth. Aristaeus observed with satisfaction, seeing his teachings take root in their everyday lives. As the day faded into twilight, villagers gathered to discuss the impact of Aristaeus' teachings. One villager who had initially expressed doubts spoke of newfound clarity, his apprehensions soothed by the harmony he found within nature's embrace. The conversation among villagers reflected their shared journey towards spiritual enlightenment and appreciation for the earth's gifts. Under the ancient olive tree, the promise of harmony and spiritual enlightenment flourished. Aristaeus, inspired by the evening's success, felt impelled to explore even deeper tales, ones that would further enrich the villagers' appreciation for nature and life's interconnectedness. This newfound understanding set the stage for the profound stories awaiting in their future gatherings. Under the clear, starry sky of the autumn night, the villagers gathered around Aristaeus, filled with anticipation for the stories he would tell. The cool evening air whispered gently through the leaves, carrying a serene reminder of the steadfast passage of the seasons. This night was dedicated to storytelling, a tradition that knitted the community tighter under the celestial canopy. Aristaeus, with his calm and wise demeanor, was ready to weave tales that would inspire and impart timeless wisdom. As the villagers settled, Aristaeus began with stories of transformation and renewal found universally in nature. He described how a single seed buried in the dark earth undergoes a miraculous journey, striving towards the light to bloom, nurtured by rain and sun. This cycle, he explained, mirrored the resilience seen in human lives, where challenges often usher in periods of growth and renewal. His words gently urged the listeners to reflect on their personal hardships, helping them see these as opportunities for personal evolution. He continued, sharing the tale of the Titan Prometheus who defied the gods to bring fire, a symbol of enlightenment and progress to humanity. This act of defiance required immense perseverance and carried the implication that walking an arduous path can yield profound enlightenment. Parallels were drawn to the villagers' daily lives, encouraging them to foster determination in overcoming obstacles, much like Prometheus did for the benefit of humankind. Each story, layered with wisdom, resonated deeply, prompting thoughtful introspection. The elders and children alike were absorbed, their imaginations sparked by Aristaeus' narrative. Around the flickering light, expectations of hearing exploits and courage from legends took hold, elevating the gathering beyond the monotony of day-to-day concerns. Aristaeus elegantly intertwined the ancient myths with lessons he had imparted, creating a complex tapestry rich with meaning. This blend of past and present wisdom was not only captivating but educational, encouraging an enriched understanding of shared human experiences. Aristaeus later integrated tales involving bees and olives, symbols cherished by the community. He spoke of the bees, figures of unity and cooperation vital for a thriving society. Similarly, the olive tree, with its deep roots and bountiful fruit, symbolized resilience and sustenance. Through these analogies, Aristaeus conveyed practical wisdom drawn from nature. He illustrated how the villagers, like bees in a hive or olives on branches, collectively contributed to their community's prosperity and strength. The vibrant storytelling was interrupted by a reflective pause as the villagers absorbed the stories. They contemplated the meanings and their relevance to their own lives. In these quiet moments of reflection, the soft crackle of the fire and gentle rustling of leaves provided a peaceful backdrop. The timeless myths offered guidance, strengthening the villagers' spirits for future challenges with lessons of transformation, courage, and resilience. As night drew on, the villagers, inspired by the tales, began exchanging stories of their own. An elder recounted a tale of enduring a harsh winter, while a child eagerly described the journey of a bee from flower to flower, small yet significant triumphs. These exchanges, sparked by Aristaeus' storytelling, deepened connections among the villagers, blending collective wisdom past and present into shared experiences and values. A normally reticent villager found her voice this evening. Moved by the Prometheus tale, she shared her thoughts on her toil in the fields, equating her perseverance to the strength depicted in the myth. Her introspection sparked lively discussion, as fellow villagers reflected on the parallels between their daily lives and ancient stories, finding strength and motivation in these legends. In this night of storytelling, with minds and spirits unified, Aristaeus skillfully sowed seeds of understanding and reflection. The villagers, newfound appreciation in hand, came away stronger and with a sense of renewal driven by the wisdom the stories imparted. As these tales lingered in their minds, Aristaeus knew he had laid a foundation for newfound storytelling among them, enriching both individual and communal life. Preparing to extend his legacy beyond, he looked forward to sharing his teachings and the spirits of stories with distant lands. With the gentle glow of twilight merging with the misty rain, Aristaeus took a moment to reflect on the profound transformation his teachings had prompted in the village. Once a struggling community, the village now thrived, with the soothing hum of busy beehives symbolizing the harmonious relationship that had been nurtured between humankind and nature. The villagers, initially wary of change, were now deeply connected to the simple, enduring cycles of nature. They saw themselves as an intrinsic part of these cycles, cherishing the earth's bounty as a reflection of their collective resolve and resilience. Aristaeus' thoughts wandered to the distant communities that lay beyond the misty horizon, which called to him with the promise of new challenges and discoveries. His journey was far from complete, and this realization renewed his sense of purpose. He meticulously began planning his future journeys, each village representing fresh soil where he could plant seeds of knowledge. This next phase was not only about imparting wisdom, but also learning from others, deepening his understanding of nature's complex, endless rhythms. Seated in the village square, the community gathered to express their gratitude for the changes Aristaeus had brought into their lives. Their faces were warm with smiles, a stark contrast to the cool, misty weather. Many villagers held gifts of honey and olives, tokens of thanks crafted with care. Aristaeus accepted these offerings with humility, feeling deeply fulfilled to witness his teachings manifest in the villagers' prosperity and communal spirit. During his last days in the village, Aristaeus dedicated time to reviewing important techniques with the villagers. Moving from household to household, he ensured they were well equipped to sustain and build upon the thriving society they had become. He appointed a wise elder from among them to continue his work, choosing someone proven in nurturing both crops and human potential. This elder would serve as the guardian of their progress, supported by the structured network of knowledge Aristaeus had established, and would carry forth the village's growth and prosperity. As the farewell gathering commenced, the air was alive with song and celebration. Sweet strains of lyres intertwined with the rustling leaves, crafting a serene symphony that spoke of contentment and hope. Villagers danced and recited poetry, each verse an ode to nature's endless gifts and the gentle guide who taught them to cherish these treasures. Children, with laughter echoing like the shimmer of olive leaves, carried forward the stories and traditions that had taken root through Aristaeus' teachings. During the festivities, Aristaeus discussed future aspirations with the village's newly appointed leader, offering specific advice on how to guide his people. "Let the wisdom of the seasons guide you," he said, ensuring that the elder understood the importance of patience and observation in nurturing both crops and community. In warm exchanges with the villagers, personal expressions of gratitude flowed, binding them in bonds of shared aspirations and growth. He listened to their tales of personal growth under his guidance, stories filled with newfound confidence in interacting with the earth. Aristaeus promised to return and check on their progress, knowing that his visit had been not only instructional, but also transformational. Each connection reinforced his need to spread wisdom and wonder, reflected in their hopeful eyes as they gained a deeper understanding of their place in the natural order. As the gathering drew to a close, Aristaeus prepared to depart, now accompanied by the gentle patter of the misty rain. He was filled with anticipation for his next journey toward lands as yet unexplored. He had prepared a robust foundation for continued growth before leaving, ensuring the villagers could stand strong and self-sustaining upon his departure. Their collective pledge to await his future visit echoed softly between them, a promise that the shared legacy of learning and awareness would continue to ripple far beyond the boundaries of their significantly transformed world. Stepping toward the horizon, Aristaeus felt a gentle sense of continuity and hope ahead. His heart lightened with the potential of new chapters to unfold. The steady rhythm of his strides marked the beginning of another opportunity to share the gentle teachings of the rustic god of the earth's bounty. In the comforting embrace of the night's tranquility, filled with the resonance of songs and farewells, Aristaeus's journey of teaching and learning was poised to take root anew in distant lands, yet unseen. As the dawn's gentle light crept over the horizon, Aristaeus stood on the mist-covered path, preparing to venture into lands unseen. Wrapped in a serene resolve, he reflected on the accomplishments nurtured in the village he had just bid farewell. This community, once struggling, now thrived, a testament to their willingness to embrace harmony with nature. Their gifts of honey and olives were not mere tokens. They were symbols of wisdom harvested from the cycles of the earth, which he had helped nurture. The villagers' voices floated through the mist in songs shaped by gratitude and hope. A particular villager approached, holding a delicate olive branch, a symbol of peace and prosperity they hoped to uphold. "We will cherish your teachings," he promised, his voice softly resonating with sincerity. Aristaeus, seeing the genuine commitment in the villager's eyes, felt assured that the seeds of wisdom had taken root. As Aristaeus began his journey, he reflected on the life cycles he had taught. The seasons' cyclic nature mirrored his teachings on human existence, each beginning a rebirth following an ending. The first successful honey harvest symbolized this resilience. The olives represented strength amidst adversity, and the seasonal ebb and flow embodied life's renewal. With these thoughts, Aristaeus carried forth the comfort of knowing the lessons he shared would bloom beyond his immediate presence. Pausing on his walk, Aristaeus surveyed the landscape before him. He saw the early hints of spring transforming the dun horizon, life gradually renewing after winter. This change echoed the harmonious balance he had strived to instill among the villagers, a token of nature's promise to those who listen. Aristaeus was reassured by the continuity of these teachings, which would touch distant lands as he embraced the journey ahead. As he walked, Aristaeus scanned the horizon, contemplating the unknown terrains awaiting him. He envisioned meeting new communities, each with distinct needs that promised to deepen his understanding of the Earth's bounty. On a recent visit to Proteus, the mystical seer had spoken of transformation and adaptability, insights that now resonated within Aristaeus. A flashback struck him. In a challenging moment, encountering unforeseen climatic shifts, Proteus's lesson had proven vital in helping Aristaeus adapt. This reassurance and adaptability emboldened him to face whatever lay beyond the next bend in the path. The teachings from his parents, Apollo and Serene, reverberated in his soul. Serene's nurturing shaped his affinity with nature, while Apollo's distant but guiding presence instilled in him a deep sense of direction. Their influences, though unseen, walked beside him, alongside Proteus's whispers of transformation. This collective knowledge prepared him for the endeavors ahead. The presence of nature was palpable in every rustle and breeze, echoing the gentle wisdom of the bees, masters of cooperation and community. These lessons in harmony urged Aristaeus onward, reminding him that success lay in collaboration with one's surroundings. This commitment to understanding underscored his mission to spread enlightenment. A slight interruption came as a child from the village dashed up to him, curiosity written across their face. "Will you teach others like us?" the child inquired innocently. Aristaeus knelt with a gentle smile and responded, "Just as bees pass pollen, so does wisdom spread, one blossom at a time." The child nodded, accepting the simple truth, and returned to the village with newfound resolve. As Aristaeus continued, a gentle sigh from the horizon marked his parting glance at the village. Their silhouettes blurred in the mist, supported by celebration songs laced with gratitude. The villagers thrived under the care of a new teacher he had appointed. Their understanding would grow, transforming them into future teachers, furthering his teachings across lands untread. With a final nod towards the landscapes ahead, Aristaeus imagined his teachings evolving with each new encounter. He entertained visions of enhancing agriculture and beekeeping with insights from those he was yet to meet. The path unfurled before him like a ribbon, inviting Aristaeus to step into the tapestry of uncharted adventures. Though embarking on a path filled with challenges, Aristaeus drew strength from the tapestry of myth and nature intertwined within him. The journey was not an end but a continuation, a testament to the enduring connection between nature and humankind. Each step forward epitomized the essence of his teachings, hope-filled and everlasting, woven into the promises of dawn's misty horizon. Aristaeus moved onward, propelled by the promise of new beginnings. His legacy, a gentle whisper on the wind, a catalyst for the enduring cycle of life, ready to bloom in lands beyond his imagination.